What's up, Planeswalkers? It's your boy K-Dog. Got a Artisan video for you guys for the FNM event. This one we're playing Simic Mutate, or as I like to call it, Artisan Shark. We're leveraging the bounce ability of the Pouncing Shoreshark, being able to flash us in for 4 mana and mutate onto one of your other creatures. Either have a 4/3 or whatever the case may be. But most importantly, just being able to bounce a creature on our opponent's side back to their hand. Just a nice little bit of tempo here. In the Artisan event, it should be pretty fun. And the other shark, of course, is Sharktocrab, which is a 4/4 for 4. We can pay for it to adapt 1. And whenever counters are put out, we tap a creature on our opponent's side, and that creature does not untap. And so we're going to try to leverage the where are we at here? Essence Symbiote here to as another way to put additional counters on our Sharktocrab to kind of mutate onto it and tap down our opponent's creatures. So nice additional tempo. And also cards like Trumpeting Gnarr help us go wide, a 3/3 for 3 mana. The mutate's pretty steep, but we're mostly going to try to get this out on for 3 mana and then mutate onto it to make additional 3/3s. We also have the Pollywog Symbiote here at 2 mana for a 1/3. The 3 toughness is pretty great in the early game. It also reduces your mutate costs, and whenever we mutate, we draw and discard a card. So I don't like this. This is a must ability. If this were a May, I would really love this card, but being able to force to do this makes it a little awkward sometimes. But you know, you just kind of make the best decisions at that time. So we're really trying to leverage mutate as much as we can here, and some other great ways to do that. We do have the Glowstone Recluse for as a 2/of. Mutate's cost is for 4, but just playing it for 3 mana as a 2/3 and then mutating onto it and the additional counters is pretty sweet. However, the Migratory Greathorn is just a fantastic. As a 3/4, we can mutate onto our say one of our symbiotes and then put some counters, or you know, get the draw and discard effect, get another land out for 3 mana. That's pretty sweet. Parcelbeast is also fantastic for being able to mutate at 2 mana. Oh, as just a 4 mana 2/4 isn't really great, but the card advantage is fantastic. Being able to look at the top card of our library, and if it's a land, it goes onto the battlefield, and if it's not, it just goes to your hand. So that's a pretty sweet way to get some extra cards going. Another way to do that is the Dreamtail Heron. This is a 5 mana 3/4 flying. It's a little steep, but being able to mutate this for 4 mana, and whenever it mutates, drawing a card, so it's a repeatable card draw. And given one of your creatures flying, especially with like the Essence Symbiote, putting +1 counters on it, is just fantastic. And of course, we have Auspicious Starrix. It's a 5 mana 6/6. It's pretty sweet. The mutate cost of 6 is pretty steep, but if you can just play this at 5 mana, get a 6/6 down, and then mutate onto it, it's pretty fantastic. As you get to exile cards from top of your library, where X is the number of time it has mutated, and then any permanents go onto the battlefield. And since we have a ton of permanents, we're going to get a pretty great advantage here. We're also running for a little bit of interaction here, a couple of ram throughs. We can get some pretty big creatures, and we can take out our opponent's stuff. And Frogify works especially well in the early game to kind of shut down your opponent's threats in the early game while you're getting set up, as it turns their creature into a 1/1 and it loses all abilities. And then since we are going to mutate and kind of make one or two big creatures, we're going to go need a little bit of protection. So Lazotep Plating at instant speed, be able to give our creatures hexproof is pretty fantastic. One with this instead of a card like a Keep Safe, because that only deals with targeted removal. So like the white mana, the white enchantments, I should say, kind of get around that a little bit because they don't target it as an enter the battlefield, or as a cast trigger, I guess would be the correct way to say that. So Lazotep Plating protects you from not only things like murder, but also banishing lights and things like that. I think we kind of covered everything here. We also got the mana base. Obviously, in the Artisan, you don't have the good lands, so try to keep it simple here. 2 Simic Guildgates, 4 Thornwood Falls. You don't have as much fixing as you can, but I don't think you want to run 4 and 4. I don't think you want to run any more than 2. You could even try running just 4 and then 10 of each of these basics. But we do have a lot of casting cost restrictions here with some double green, double blue, and just having access to both of them. Let's say like Parcelbeast and things like that. So I think just having this, but actually a little bit of flexibility of playing 2 of these is worthwhile. Yeah, so that's pretty much the deck. And obviously the Artisan isn't out yet, but we can still run this in some unranked best of 1. And the matchmaking algorithm should also pair us against other similarly powered decks, so it'll be kind of a reasonable expectation of what you can find in the Artisan event. Alright, up against Vinny Bushes. Alright, hand seems pretty decent. We'll lead with our tap lands. And get our Pollywog Symbiote down on 2. And hopefully it sticks around, we can get our Trumpeting Gnarr down. Just get a decent blocker out. I think we'll save this as a discard. It could just have a Lava Coil or something here though. We'll see what kind of a Boros deck they're running. Not even going to try attacking. We'll just play this out as a 2 mana 3/3. We'll discard the other one. No attacks. It's not worth attacking in for 1 when they could have a combat trick, although I think it made it pretty clear by not attacking in with their 2/2 that they don't have anything. That's pretty nasty. Second hit for 6 right here. No attacks. Well, we could get the value train going here with our Starrix. And mutate next turn with the Shoreshark. We'll go to the tap land, I think. And now we got a nice 6/6 blocker. Can discard the Symbiote next turn as well. Haven't put too much pressure on us. Just a strike. That answers that. That's unfortunate. If we keep our Trumpeting Gnarr alive, and we can mutate onto it with the Shoreshark. Take 6. And they pay to give it first strike. Usually you want to do that attack in for 3 here. Usually you want to wait until you last second to pay 2 mana, just so your opponent doesn't know what you're up to. We just flash in a Shoreshark here onto the Gnarr to get a 3/3. I guess we'll discard a land. Take the over. 4/3 is better than 3/3. And we'll bounce the their Legion Guildmage. It's always cute running land destruction, is just kind of a random. Let's mutate here and bounce it again. Our 4/3. Let's just tackle. Going down to 5. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and play it out. We'll keep our 4/3. So we can make another 3/3 beast. Get another land out. I think it matters too much at this point. Pretty wide. Our opponent's board is empty. But they can replay both of these, and then that's not enough because we're just too wide for them. Okay. So they make 3 blockers here. So I don't see how that's enough. Yes, the extra value of the Trumpeting Gnarr is fantastic. And then Shoreshark, that tempo is great because Simic is pretty light on removal. We got some pretty reasonable value off the baby Godzilla there. So yeah, I'll take it. Jump into one more so you can kind of see a little bit more what this deck is capable of. Obviously losing our 6/6 kind of sucked. Alright, against Tracker Jacker. Alright, yeah, it seems pretty good. It seems great. Tap land into Symbiote, into Gnarr, and then we can kind of go off from there. Turn 1 Pelt Collector. Go stick with the Trumpeting Gnarr here, and then hopefully we can mutate onto it. Following turn with our Migratory Greathorn. Okay, Pelt Collector into Season of Growth. So no attacks, that's great. I don't think we're going to block, so let's go ahead and get in there for 2. They're not going to block. I'm assuming they have some pretty nasty either auras or instant speed tricks here. Let's see what they got going on. Fortunately, we don't have to rabid bites or anything like that just yet. I'm not sure I understand Gift of Paradise with the Season of Growth, but sure. Ooh, Sharktocrab is pretty sweet too. I think I'd rather just mutate. Yeah, we need to get some beasts going. Grab some lands. And yeah, attack both. 1/1 still isn't doing much. We just got in for 6. We got some pretty great answers to follow up with as well. Shadow Spear. Okay, so must have some big boys here in the mono green list, but I guess that's what the Gift of Paradise and Shadow Spear are for. But if you don't draw into them and then you're running the Season of Growth, that's a little awkward. Everything kind of has to come together perfectly. If they attack in, they obviously have a combat trick here. A Rabid Bite on our 2/2, sure. We have more. Tells us they don't have anything else. Right, crash in for 7. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll just play the crab. Eventually tap down one of their creatures next turn. Let's have a way to deal with this. Just depends on what we draw though. Rasta, sure. Pelt Collector's a 3/3. 1 mana open, could be a giant growth or something. It is pretty risky for them to attack in. So we're down to 10. We got a pretty decent board state going on. Alright. Well, we can mutate for 5. What do we have here? 6 mana open. So play this for 3. Yeah, still don't have enough. We can Essence Symbiote and mutate. Seems okay. Yeah, activate, tap down their Pelt Collector with their Shadow Spear. Yeah, you can play one of your tricks and draw a card, but your Pelt Collector is getting tapped down here, dude. And we'll attack in with a 3/3 just because they kind of have to block these two. Nope, they're going to go down to 1. Alright, so we're at 24. They're down to 1 life. They can't really attack in here. And if we can find some way to mutate onto our Sharktocrab. We'll just tap another one of the creatures down, and that should be game. Thanks to the symbiote, we'll get a counter on it just by mutating either of these, and we have mana to do at least one. Sure, Renata's pretty good, but it's a little bit late to the party. I'm really curious what the Gifted Paradise is for. They haven't shown us any other... So we can mutate for 4, and this is pretty much annihilation right here. That's why I love Sharktocrab in this deck with Essence Symbiote. Just being able to put additional counters and tap things down. It is fantastic. So yes, pretty sweet for a little Artisan deck. And we got a Kefis. Hey, how about that? Let's see if we can jump into one more here. So obviously this is just a best of one unranked queue, not a true representation of what you'll find in Artisan, but it does give you certainly an idea of what the deck is capable of. The matchmaking algorithm obviously puts us up against similarly power level decks. Either way, these FNM events are just kind of a cool way to keep playing Magic, and hopefully you're getting some of those fantastic cosmetics from your local game store. Okay, Barrier of Bones. I've not seen that card in a long time. And Grass Rampage. Okay, so they have one in hand. Well, not much we can do about that. Don't have double black for Bedevil, but they probably have another Endgrass Rampage or some other kind of removal spell in hand. 80 card deck. Okay, that's cute. Well, let's show them what we are about. Show them true power. Draw, discard. Oh, we'll get rid of Island. I think 4-3 is better than 1-3. Say goodbye to the Mayhem Devil for now. And unless they have some removal for our Shoreshark, we're going to keep getting a bunch of value off of mutations. We can at least force them to either have removal or play a creature. And they go for the Theater of Horrors. They think the card advantage is what's going to help them win. I'm afraid that is just not going to work as well as you would like it to. I think I just want to draw some cards here. A ramp, that's pretty good. Wow, what do we discard? It's the Recluse. Yeah, we'll keep our 4-3. Bounce. Grab another forest, I think. Take that action. I think we just hold open the Lazotep Plating. They're definitely in an awkward spot here. If it's a Angrass Rampage, then we're kind of screwed, but if it's a targeted removal spell, then Lazotep Plating will protect us at least. Just Mayhem Devil. Okay, 2. Alright. Actually, we should have rammed through on our turn. Oh, yeah, let's just get rid of that. Draw another card. What do I want to discard here? I guess the Parcelbeast a little slow. I think 4-3 is still better. We have another forest. Oh, another Shoreshark. I think we should hang on to the island as discard fodder. Cult Goldmage, and a Rakdos Firewheeler. So if they can get across some cheap damage, the Firewheeler could be pretty good. Alright. Interesting that they didn't have much removal, but maybe that's just because they're running 80 cards. Alright, so I think that gives a pretty good showcase of what the deck is capable of. So thanks for watching, guys, and good luck in your FNM events. And as always,